Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Takes from Below. This is Kandarp.
This is Aayushi.
This is Jenny.
Welcome back, guys. Today's episode we are gonna read stories off of True Off My Chest. And before we start, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And our first story will be read by Jenny.
So this is from r/true off my chest, and the username is u/throw twin. This was posted a year ago, and the title is I cheated on my partner with their twin, and I don't know what to do. I, 35 male, have been with my partner, female 30, for several years, and everything has been pretty good between us. This year, we've been even talking about having kids. But then their identical twin came into the picture. Just for context, I've never been close with my wife's family because my wife has very different values from them. This includes my wife's twin, female 30, whom my wife describes as always being the favorite child, and I've only met her prior on a few occasions. I've never paid attention to her since I'm madly in love with my wife, and because my wife is a bit insecure and jealous of her. My wife's twin sister has always shown an interest in me, but I just shrugged it off as being friendly. A few months ago, she started texting me, suggesting that I should help her with reconnecting with my wife. I talked to my wife about it and she agreed, which led to their relationship improving. It made me happy seeing my wife reconnecting with a family member since she has been lonely in the last few years. As her sister came over to our apartment often, I started becoming friends with her. I thought she was really great and funny. At first, I didn't think anything of it. I had no interest in my partner's sibling. But as we started spending more time together, I found myself admiring her. She is truly an amazing woman. She was very charismatic and we had quite similar humor. She was an extrovert, which is completely opposite of my wife. It all started innocently enough. We were all hanging out together and my wife had to leave early for work. Their twin offered to keep me company, and before I knew it, things had escalated. For context, my wife has a very low sex drive, whereas I have quite the opposite. Her sister was complaining about how she can't seem to find a partner that matches her sexual drive, and I couldn't help relating to her story. I know it's wrong to complain about my wife to her sister, but I've been building this frustration over a long time, and I haven't had anyone else to talk to. It was a mistake, a terrible mistake that I regret deeply. I love my partner and I never intended to hurt her. But I can't take back what I've done. The guilt and shame are eating me alive and I don't know how to make things right. To make matters worse, my partner has no idea what happened. She still trusts her twin and I don't want to destroy the new bond between them. I know how hard it is for my wife to reconnect with her family and this destroys the progress they've made. She might not trust any family member again, but at the same time, I know that I need to be honest about what happened. I don't know if my wife will ever be able to forgive me. Our relationship won't survive this kind of betrayal. But I do know that I need to take responsibility. I don't know how to handle this conflict without worsening her issues with connecting with people.
So he's not really asking any advice or anything. He just wants to get it off of his chest. So
Wait,
he's just
what did happen
That's what I'm
between them
saying.
two?
so
Was it just a conversation or the conversation that'll lead to something else?
That's
no that the part
kind of
like where he talks that they did
Yeah,
once
because
the wife goes to work I
No,
think that he said something happened
no, he
and I
just
regret
talks
it.
about he talks
they
about
talk about like talking about their sex drives, but that's it.
But I think that's what he regrets saying it to
Oh,
the sister,
just talking about it?
just talking about it, and now that he's kind of like having some kind of feelings towards her. That's what I'm thinking. What's the title again?
It is I cheated on my partner with their twin.
Oh, so
So
they
he
did
no,
something happen.
he
Okay,
did.
there you go.
That's what he meant. I
Okay.
think that's what he. Can I see the story?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Mm,
I just
it all started innocently enough. We were all hanging out together, and my wife had to leave for work. Their twin offered to keep me company, and before I knew it, things had escalated.
I
There you go.
completely forgot.
For context, my wife has a very low sex drive. So,
Yeah.
whereas I have quite the opposite. Her sister was complaining about how she can't seem to find a partner that matches her sexual drive, and I couldn't help relating to her story.
Mm.
I know it's wrong to complain about my wife to her sister, but I have been building this frustration over a long time and I haven't had anyone close to talk to. it was a mistake, a terrible mistake, and I regret deeply. I love my partner and I never intend to hurt her.
Yes, it's interesting how he tries to cover the whole entire story by
Exactly.
talking about
But I
what the
think
conversation was, but he doesn't actually
so.
mention what actually
I
happens.
think the part where he says that before I knew it, things had escalated.
Yeah.
He expected us to just know that
Assume just
escalated
based on
and
the
like
title.
cheated
Yeah, I get
based
it.
on
But
the
still,
title. But
Maybe he clears it up in the comments and
but that's definitely interesting.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, anybody would feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
definitely
sure
should
people would have said
talk to the
something
wife on
about
it.
it. Yeah. But
Yeah, he definitely should talk to the wife.
he definitely needs to talk to the wife. Like, regardless of whatever happened, you still cheated on your wife. So
Yeah, because the thing is, okay, so if let's say he's not gonna say anything because he wants to have the family bonding that his wife and his sister has, but then it's the same way the other way around. What if the sister says something to,
and then he's gonna,
then
yeah.
he's
What if
gonna be out.
sister loved it and she wants it more?
Oh god.
I mean, very well it could be. I mean, apparently, yeah, she has had a hard time trying to find somebody with the same sex drive.
So I want to know, like, where he says his wife has been jealous of his sister. I wonder what else could have been happening. Is there a history where sister always gets
I'm sure this happens a lot. Like she
right?
Boyfriend or something
Yeah,
Maybe
in the
that's the
past.
reason
Yeah.
they were not talking. So I don't know. This might not be the first time, but doesn't matter. You cheated.
And she'll
You need
never
to just
forgive him
Yeah.
ever.
I mean, she's not gonna. He
Do
doesn't
you think?
matter if the wife finds out from the sister or from the husband. Either way, he's screwed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel.
same thing with the sister. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who says it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that relationship can be patched up even
Right.
when she finds
No,
out.
I don't think this relationship
Even worth
will
patching.
survive.
I
Will
love
survive.
I love
It's
how
a divorce.
It
It's
definitely
divorce
is.
worthy. If my partner sleeps with my sister, okay,
Oh yeah,
done. I don't even
done.
want to see your face. Like,
Yeah.
ugh, no, like,
Yeah, you're
no,
disgusting.
you're disgusting.
Mhm.
But do you think he posted on Reddit, thinking like, oh, this will take my guilt away, and I might not have to tell my wife?
I feel like he's trying to like make it seem like it's not that bad or something, or make
Yeah,
it seem
no,
like
or
it's
I
about
think
her issues as opposed to what he did.
I
Maybe
think
he's
he's
just
trying to
trying to
find a way to like downplay it.
Yeah.
And trying to see if people tell like, oh no, you're fine, don't tell her or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's trying to justify his actions by and seeing if anybody will support him.
Mm-mm.
And if someone says like, don't tell your wife, he might be hoping for that.
Yeah.
Does
I think
anybody
you're
say
right,
anything?
actually.
Because maybe that's the reason he posted
Everyone's just like, there's not that many comments, but everyone's just like, you're a piece of shit. Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yikes. You need to take responsibility.
it. Yeah.
Oh, someone said, nah, you're just trying to justify the next selfish step of unloading your guilt.
There
You
you
ruin
go.
her by telling her about this. She already had issues with her sister, and this is just a super nuke. So yeah, go ahead and break a human just so you feel less guilty. Ooh.
Wait, hold on. What?
I'm kind of confused on that comment because it says like, "Oh,
So
you're just trying to justify it," which was I was trying to say. But then
Mhm.
at the same time, you're saying by confessing it,
Mhm.
he's gonna destroy her. So are they saying not to do it? Like, I'm confused.
No, like they're saying you're gonna ruin this by telling her, like not because he said his last sentence was,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to handle this conflict without worsening her issues with connecting with people. Like kind of trying to
Guess.
yeah, like
Trying to put
like
it on her, like saying
issues
that,
and like
oh, if I do this,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
she
Just like
already has this issue. No,
exactly.
just fucking
she's gonna
broke up.
have
Like,
issues.
she will get a
Hopefully she
therapy.
gets
I'm
over it.
pretty sure
I-
she is gonna get a therapy and she can work on herself
Yeah,
and
she'll be okay.
she'll be okay. Don't worry about
Hopefully.
her. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
that's what
her.
bothers me, men.
No, don't worry about her. Break up.
Yeah.
Get divorced. Tell her.
Mhm.
I'm done with this guy.
Yeah.
This is me. If my partner sleeps with my sister, I'm done with you. Peace out.
Mm.
I'm not wasting any more seconds on you.
Nope.
I get it.
Yeah. Do you want to take
So,
over?
yep. So the next story is also from the subreddit. True of is posted by Sorry, not sorry, D. That's the username.
Hmm.
The title is My Best Friend's Mistress Doesn't Know That He's Actually Broke. My wife's reaction to the whole thing is really bummed me out. So the story is, just keep in mind there's multiple people
Okay.
in here, so keep an eye,
Yeah, we'll keep track.
keep track of it.
Okay.
So my male 41 best friend Jack, male 41. So Jack and OP
Are 41 years old.
41
Okay.
since kindergarten.
OP and Jack are
Are
friends
friends
since
since kindergarten.
Okay.
They're friends since kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jack 41 cheated on his wife Anne 39
Mm-hmm.
with the girl half his age, Max 25, female 25.
That's some
So Jack
Leonardo
cheated on Anne with a girl named Max.
DiCaprio shit going on here. But
Anne is one of the best human beings I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
She's very beautiful, kind, caring. She's very successful too. When Jack met her, he was so in love that he wrote an ironclad prenup just to be with her. In other words, Jack has nothing in his name.
Oh, so wife is loaded. That's why they had prenup. Okay.
Love it.
I know, I love it.
He met Max on a work trip,
Mm-hmm.
and it was then that he cheated on Anne. The affair lasted about 2 months until Max made an ultimatum to leave his wife for her. Jack refused and tried to end the affair, so Max told Anne everything. This broke Anne beyond repair, and she told Jack that she couldn't forgive him. They're in the process of divorcing now, and Jack lives in a small studio apartment near his work. After Jack lost hope of reconciliation with Anne, he started seeing Max again. Now they're officially dating. My wife, Pat, female 32. So now this is OP's wife.
Mhm.
Okay.
OP's wife, my wife, Pat, 32, knows all these details. She's more forgiving and understanding person than I am. And I love that about her. She's way more tolerant because I'm Team Anne, and there's nothing Jack can say to make me change my opinion. Now everything's settled. My wife said that she wanted to invite Jack and his girlfriend to our place. I was very reluctant at first, but my wife insisted that my friendship with Jack is important. We are basically brothers, and we should accept the people we love, even with their flaws. It made sense, and I trust my wife to always make sense. The dinner was awkward, couldn't see past the two cheaters. Jack pretending to be happy, and Max overexcited over the fact that she's, quote, won this prize named Jack. I understood then that things won't be the same, but my wife was right. I love Jack, and that's the most important now. Max talked about her upbringing and the hard life she had growing up. She talked about her future with Jack and all the fun that she would have had. She would have. It dawned on me that she didn't know that they couldn't do half of what she's dreaming with Jack's salary. It dawned on me why she chose him and why she was willing to hurt an innocent woman that way. She had learned to know Jack, who lived in a fancy hotel and drove a fancy car. When I asked her about their living arrangement, Max said that Jack temporarily is living in a studio apartment until the divorce is settled. Max talked about what she would do with their place, renovating and redecorating. The apartment that Anne bought for her family with her hard-earned money, that when she decorated with her husband from scratch to make their home. I remember how happy and full of dreams she was when she found her dream home. To hear Max sitting there talking about how she would use the money she never earned to redecorate a home she wasn't entitled to, making fun of another woman's taste and style. It brought tears to my eyes. Yes, men can get emotional too. Jack has not told Max the truth. When they left, Pat and I started discussing our dear friends. I was very surprised when Pat angrily told me that I was cruel and callous for not wanting to enlighten Max about their new situation. My wife thought that Max had a tough life and she deserved to have a good life now. I was taken back with my wife's logic. I told my wife that I will not tell Max anything, but if she wanted, then be my guest.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't understand my wife and I'm turned off by her moral. Anne was a great friend to my wife, but my wife doesn't seem to give a rat's ass about her. My wife then got very angry and accused me of caring too much about Anne. And that's when I ended the discussion because I realized that this was going below the belt. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so I get where the Pat is coming from, where like she's like, okay, I think we should tell Max that whatever Jack's telling her is not true. He's broke.
Mhm.
And I also get where OP's coming from, where OP is like, you broke, Max is the reason why their marriage is broken. I mean, one of the reason, because even Jack is the one who cheated. But Max selfishly went and told Anne that, hey, your husband's cheating on you with me only because
Because
she
of the
thought
money, she
that
thought he had money.
he has money that's actually belongs to Ed, and he's not getting a single penny off of that.
Yeah.
So you know what? Actually, if I was Anne's friend, I would be like, "Yeah, good job." I wouldn't tell Max either, because you know what? Yeah, she had tough life, but you're still.
This is her karma.
This is exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
You
deserve
are,
this.
If
you
she,
deserve to
once
be.
Max finds out
Yeah.
finds out that he has no
Yeah,
money,
I
Mhm.
mean,
she's gonna leave.
I mean, how long,
She's gone.
how long is he gonna keep
Oh,
up with
they
this
hide it.
lie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, soon the divorce is gonna be final, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not getting any penny since they have prenup. So how long is he gonna hide it? I mean, why does OP wants to even get involved in this and ruin his friendship with Jack?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if I have a friend like that, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be your friend.
Yeah, same.
You know that, because I did have one friend
Ooh.
who was cheating on his girlfriend, and I told that girl.
That's awesome.
Wait, what?
Such a girl's girl.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
well, you know who? You know who?
Maybe I don't remember it,
Okay.
but wait. So here, what do you think about? So when I was reading the story, the first few things that I was like, wait, something feels off.
Hmm.
What do you think about the OP and Anne?
I thought I was
I
looking at
just
it like
think
they were friends,
they're
but is there
friends.
something
I
more?
don't think there is anything going on.
Yeah, like I would be mad too. She seems like a great woman.
Okay.
But do you think he has feelings for her?
So
Like,
he starts off with the conversation of how how great Anne is, but then remember, so okay, I would understand that if Anne and Jack or Anne and the OP were
mhm.
friends, right? But in this case, it's actually Jack and the OP. They've been friends since
Oh, so
kindergarten.
are you saying something's going on between Anne and
I don't know.
OP,
That's
and
that's
maybe
like my
OP's
first
like,
thought.
ooh, maybe
That's my
I
first
can get
thought.
divorced with Pat, and now I can get
But
on
the
with
way he's
Anne.
putting the story out there, like
Sometimes, see,
I
here's the
don't know.
thing. Sometimes you do get well with like your partners,
Yeah.
your, I mean, your best friend's partner, right? Like
Hmm.
you can be really good friends with them. Um, So I don't know. I mean, I didn't really get that vibe yet. But again, I
Mm-mm.
don't know. Is there any more
Yes,
update
there
or
is
any
an update.
comments?
Yes. But let's before we go to the update, just get a couple of the
But
comments.
like, wife could have said, if wife really cared about Max, why can't she just go ahead and tell? It's not OP's spell. It's like not like, oh, only OP is the only one who can tell Max anything.
Mhm.
So if wife really cares, why wouldn't she just go and tell them?
Maybe it's because the OP and Jack are the two friends, and maybe she's expecting, because they're two best friends, that him speaking up, especially that he's not even okay with this to begin with.
Here's the thing. First of all,
That's my guess.
OP didn't even wanted to talk to Jack.
Yes.
Right?
He's like, I don't want them coming.
She's the
Yes.
one who said, you are like a best friends, you're like brothers, so let's invite them and be friends again, blah, blah, blah. So now you're okay for OP to get involved and tell Max that he's broke and ruin that brotherhood that she was really rooting for. So I'm kind of like confused where the Pat is coming from.
Wait, that means, what about Pat and the Jack then?
Ooh, maybe Pat has something for Jack, and she's like, you know what? Tell Max about it, so Max will get out of the picture, and she can get on with Jack. Two friends.
Wow.
Oh my God!
And that's why Pat wants
Max out of the picture.
No. Well, in a sense that she wants Jack to stay in the picture. Max. Well, not Max, but Jack.
Jack in the picture, Max out of the picture.
Yeah, but that's why she tells the
But why do you care? Like, if let's say if I have something for my husband's best friend and they're not talking, that's best for me. If I want to cheat on my husband with his best friend,
she's the one who said no, bring Jack home. She's the one who initiated the conversation to have
bring
Jack and the
home
girlfriend
for dinner. But I'm just saying, let's say if my husband cut the contact with his best friend, right? It's easier for me to cheat on my husband with his best friend.
Or maybe she didn't want to cheat, but she just wants that him there, always be around. I don't know. Or maybe nothing has started yet, but she's hoping for something.
These is some weird shit going on.
I don't know. That's my guess. I mean,
we're just like assuming stuff. Like, let's see, is there any update?
Yes.
I can make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
So before we go to the updates, just the comments on some of this story. One of the top 5 commenters on here, the top comments with like 10,000 votes. Max will discover Jack is not worthy, and if she cares for him as a person, she'll accept it. If she's a gold digger, he'll be left in the ditch. I think about fair play. Invite Anne over for an evening. Interesting. Okay. And the other one is, she's not going to stick around. She's already counting the money, and she thinks that she's going to get, and she's going to get, and planning to redecorate the ex's house.
Exactly, that part too. Like, she's like making fun of Anne, and then she's saying like, "Oh, I can't wait to." Also, how stupid are you? How stupid are you thinking the guy moved in studio apartment just for the time being?
Right.
No,
Yeah,
girl, he's never getting that house. That's why he moved out of the house. And where is the studio apartment? Is it at the really nice, fancy Manhattan?
It's by his work.
Yeah, but where does he work? That's also a question, right? Like, and she works where he was working. So I'm pretty sure she has an. Also, how stupid are you? If you're working, if you met through the work, you know how much he's making.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
So why does she think that he's coming from like rich family and he has like inheritance or something like that? I don't know. She's stupid.
Okay. So the update. The title of the update. So he actually created a whole separate post for this, and the title is "Update. I've fallen in love with my best friend's ex-wife." Whoa!
Yikes.
My previous.
Come on, man.
That's why he kept
This
sitting
is
so
crazy.
okay.
My previous post here opened up my eyes. Thank you. That was the title. But yes.
Did people made him realize that he's in love with Anne?
And I guess reading through all the comments.
Is that the reason why you kept on saying like what is going on?
No, like, when I read that story, like that was like first thing that I thought of. I was like, the way he's posting it. I mean, so it would make sense if they were the two original friends, and Jack was the
I don't think
spouse.
I will even talk about my friend like that, even if we were best
I know,
friends.
but
Like,
I'm just
I would
saying
never
that
talk
maybe
about you like that. I'm sorry, I won't
You
talk
wouldn't?
about.
I would be like, "Oh, he's so great. Why
I
would
mean,
she
I
do
would,
that
I
to
would,
him?"
I
type
would
thing.
say
yeah.
something like that, but like, as in, like, the way he was talking, it didn't give me any vibe that he has some kind of feelings, right?
Yeah.
Especially like with your story,
Mhm.
where the guy was like, "Oh, she's very funny, she's
Yeah,
very
yeah, like that,
charismatic, and all."
that.
Okay, that kind of like, oh my God, this guy
Mhm.
is, crossing the line. But in
Yes.
this one, it's like just
He
generally
said normal
describing any
stuff.
good
Yeah.
person. That's what I felt.
That's how I
Okay.
felt too.
And then I felt like he's maybe feeling sorry that that happened and his best friend actually did this to someone.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's see.
All right. So let's go to the actual update itself. This is so convoluted, but I'll try my best to make it make sense. Be patient with me. So, update about my wife, Pat. Sometimes you think that you know the person you fell in love with married. Something serious happens, and your relationship stands in trial. Something divisive, and you find yourself standing on the opposite side. You start wondering about the person you chose to create the life with, and wonder why you love them when they're so different from you. You realize that you probably love the version of them you created in your head. We had a lot of discussion, Pat and I, about how I felt about her new friendship with Jack and Max. You realize that you probably love the version of them you created in your head. We had a lot of discussion, Pat and I, about how I felt about her new friendship and with Jack and Max. And she ignored my disdain for what they done.
Hmm.
I understand that people fall in love and out of love, and they move on. But then other people in their surroundings also should have feelings and opinions about these decisions. Nobody is right or wrong. Pat's approach was very non-judgmental, which is obviously a very admirable thing, but I found myself on the opposite side. While Pat insisted on inviting Jack and Max, forming a new friendship with them, the more I hung out with my former questionable best friend and his mistress, the more I disliked them, and I realized they're not the kind of people I want in my life. By extension, the more I disliked Pat. Our disagreements got more intense and more frequent. I told Pat that this wasn't working for me anymore, and she accused me of choosing, in parentheses, a pathetic loser, parentheses, over our marriage. Of course, she's entitled to her believe whatever she wants. That was not my reason according to me, and the truth is probably something in between. So that was a wife update. So
Wait, I'm confused. Where she says you're choosing pathetic loser over your wife,
over our
I think she was
marriage.
talking
over a
about Anne,
marriage,
right?
she's talking about Anne, right?
That's what I thought.
I don't know. He doesn't mention that, but that's
Because
my
like the
'Cause who
whole
else would be?
conversation before
yeah.
that was all about Jack.
Or maybe she
Mm-hmm.
was talking about Jack? No,
But
why would
then
she call
no,
him
but
pathetic
she
loser?
wants
She
the
likes
Jack and
him.
Max
So it must be
to be
Anne.
in the.
That's my assumption.
I'm very confused with that update though,
Mm.
because like she wants them to be friends. That's what it sounds like
Mm-hmm.
right now.
But
Even
he's
after the
been seeing
dinner,
Anne
yeah,
for a whole
yeah.
time.
But like even after dinner, it sounds like she still wants Jack and OP to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
But after dinner, OP. She wanted OP to tell Max that Jack is broke. So
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah,
confused. Like, what
true.
is going on? What is wrong with her?
Oh, I
What is
guess
wrong with what is wrong with
With
Pat?
Pat,
yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. I guess she was feeling defensive because she felt like something was weird and she
Or
was like,
maybe she kind of senses it that
yeah,
Anne,
like
Maybe
something was off. Yeah.
toward maybe
maybe
he liked
OP
Max.
likes,
Oh,
because he
maybe
maybe
that's
he
why she
thinks,
tried so hard to get Jack to come over with this new girl because I don't know.
or
Now
and
that
then
I
maybe
freaking
OP will back off from talking from Anne.
yeah,
Maybe that's why she's bringing Jack back, because she's sensing it that he's keep on talking about how Anne and how
Mhm.
sorry he feels. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
let's
Mhm,
hear about
mhm.
next part.
So now the update on Jack and Max.
Okay,
Pat told Max that Jack is actually not the one with the money like he had been pretending.
She should have. There you go.
And while he's probably not going to be totally empty handed in his divorce settlement, it won't be the amount that would allow all the dreams and plans she's made, especially with when Anne is getting full custody. This puts a big wedge between Jack and Max, and they have been off and on again since the revelation. Jack has expressed a lot of uh, disgust and repulsion towards Max. So I really don't understand this relationship and why these two miserable people stayed together, nor do I want to understand. They disgust me and I'm done with them. Now the update on Anne. About Anne. When she heard about my separation from my wife, she reached out to both of us.
They got separated.
Yeah,
They got separated without even Anne getting involved. It sounds. Okay. They got separated. All
Yes.
right, let's go.
So when she heard about my separation from my wife, she reached out to both of us. She said that since she's gone through something similar, she wanted to offer support and love. She said that she knew what we were going through. We started talking on the phone and texting, now almost daily, and I've met up with her on a few occasions for dinner. I find myself thinking about her all the time. And when I wake up in the morning, I go directly to my phone to see if she's sent me a good morning text. And I know my day will be just fine when I find one.
Who?
Not sure if this is love or if I'm falling for her. Not sure if pursuing anything with her is wise. I've told, I'm not told anyone about these feelings, and I'm not sure I ever will. I just know that I love having her in my life. She's a great friend. Maybe I shouldn't ruin this beautiful friendship with this beautiful woman because of some desires.
I agree on that part. I agree on that part. OP should. OP's not in love with her. OP just admires her, and he's taking these feelings in a different way because of what they are going through, and then they are like trauma bonding right now,
Hmm.
which I really don't think he should do anything about it and just keep it, because Anne is not gonna say yes to anything. I don't think Anne is gonna say anything
Yeah, I think she
yes
needs
to it.
time.
Yeah.
I think they both do.
I think
Yeah.
I
Both
think
need
I think he
time.
just admires, maybe because she's a probably really great human being.
Yeah.
I agree, because sometimes you can admire someone and you think you have feelings for them, but it's not that kind of feeling where you're like, oh, I'm in love with them, as in like I want them as my partner.
Mhm.
And on top of it, now you guys are like doing trauma bonding where he's going through divorce, she's going through divorce, and now, you know, I don't think they should have a relationship. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They should never have a relationship.
I don't know about never.
Yeah,
You
At least not right now.
Not right now.
at
They
least
both
not
need
right now.
time.
At least
But like
not
they
the
might
best
be
Yeah,
time
able to
right
have
yeah,
something
now.
beautiful
yeah.
like a
That's
year
true.
or two down
Yeah,
the
maybe
road.
Yeah,
down the road, who
Yeah.
knows?
have
But
some, maybe have some rebound.
Yeah,
yes,
do what you gotta
because
do.
then
Get
we'll
But
get
end up,
get
and
get
this
your
will be end up
rebound
becoming the
done.
rebound.
Yeah,
This
yes.
oh
this
yes.
will
Yeah, we
become the
don't want
rebound.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
don't want
that.
this to be rebound, because otherwise
Yes.
you're gonna lose that friendship. And also, like, I feel like with the Jack and everyone is involved, it's just gonna be too
It's gonna be
messy.
messy.
It's just way too
This Jack
messy.
being a
Yeah.
best friend since kindergarten, and that's gonna get
I
all
mean, even though
messy.
he's saying he's done with it, I just
But
would
Yeah.
still,
just
yeah.
just don't have this as a rebound. This is
Yeah.
not worthy for. I mean, this is way. If you're having a really good friendship with her and you want to make sure that person is in your life, just don't do it. And if Anne is that amazing, I don't think she will even go for it right now, because
Mhm.
it feels like she's a smart woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, they should not. Trauma bonding can end bad.
Yeah.
And that would add another trauma.
Yeah. They don't need that right
Yeah.
now. Do you guys think that
Okay.
he shouldn't date her at all just because she was his best friend's wife? Even though they've been friends forever.
No. I mean, they can date if there's like some time been is given. See, here's the thing. For me, it's like, okay, if you date after like, let's say, a year, 2 years, like I would say, like, depending on how great of a friendship it was,
Mm.
give that much time. Like, if you are friends for like 10, 15 years, I would say, like, at least wait for 2 years or 3 years before you
Yeah,
know, l-
explore out,
exactly. And
until, and then at that point, even at that point, you still have that feeling, or you still see yourself going back to that same feelings. Then maybe approach it.
Mm. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give some time, like, give couple years, like, and then also you want to make sure, like, how they had how their marriage ended. That's the other thing, right? Like, was it because one of them cheated, or it was just like they have fallen out of love, but they are still a great person? They're still friends. You know how some people have like really kids and they are co-parenting and they are really good at co-parenting, and you involving could have made the whole situation messy, where they are not going to be good at co-parenting at that point. Like, I don't know, I feel like you can date someone after a certain time, unless
Uh-oh.
it's a blood related person you're married
Oh,
to, like,
no. Yeah.
like
Wait, what?
friend, like this sister, like
Oh, the
your
two
the
sisters? Oh, the twin
OP's
sisters.
twin
Oh,
sister,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah,
Never,
yeah. I was like, wait a
never.
minute.
So
Yeah,
let's say,
that,
like,
No,
yes.
so true.
if they
Never.
if they had got divorced,
Right. It would
even
never
it's
be
still
okay.
no
Yes.
for
Okay,
that.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
yes.
That's still
okay.
no. It's still no. But friends, I will say, like, give some time, and I
Yeah.
think maybe
Mhm.
yes, you can go after certain years, depending on how good of a friendship it was.
Mhm.
Maybe if it was like, oh, you've been just friends for like a couple of years, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
then I will say like 6, 7 months, depending on how
I love
old
the
is the
timeline.
friendship.
Yeah. So one of the first comment that has the most liked is pretty much sort of what I was thinking at when I was studying it. When I read the first story, it says from the way you spoke about Anne in your last post, kind of saw this coming.
Ah.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Sometimes when you admire someone, when you're friends with someone, and you know them for a really long time, like this guy is saying, since Anne and Jack has been together, let's say if they are been together for 7, 6 years, you probably know this person, and you're always gonna say like, oh, how that person is
Yeah.
great and everything, unless you have some hate towards that person.
Right.
But if you really like that person, who's actually really genuinely nice person, I'm gonna talk about that person that way. Doesn't mean I have feelings for that person.
Right. Just like you admire them. You respect them. They're
Exactly.
good people.
Exactly. If I have feelings for that person, I would be like,
Mm-hmm.
I would make fun of that
So what do you think
person.
about an AP on this whole, with the OP on this whole story?
OP is not a bad person. I don't think that he's a bad person. I don't
Jenny
know.
got something to say.
No.
I was gonna
No,
say.
I don't know how I feel.
I don't think he's a bad person, because he knew what his friend did was wrong.
Of course. Yeah,
So
he's a bad person.
Jack
From
is the
that,
bad
okay.
person, but and also, like, he did not do anything, and he didn't took an action towards Anne, or he's still asking that question even after divorce, right?
That if he should take any action or
Mhm.
not.
But the whole scenario about the divorce is still confusing to me.
Was he in love with Anne the whole time though?
That's my guess.
Because like
Yeah, but then he's saying
So then is that
that after they got divorced, Anne got in contact with him.
like he would have
yes?
pursued her, you think that if he
So
was
I don't think he was still pursuing her
No, he
before
wasn't pursuing it,
marriage.
but it's just that one of the he had that feeling. He never.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
like,
thing.
I
He
don't think,
never.
but
He
the
had that feeling,
when
but he
he
never did anything about it.
right.
when he was talking about the update with Anne, he also said, like, after we started hanging out,
She reached out.
she reached out
Mm-hmm.
after the divorce, she reached out, and then they started hanging out for dinner, and then it made him realize how, like, he's looking forward to have conversations with her. He
Mhm.
loves hanging around with her, and
Yeah.
he's looking for her good morning message. So it all sounds like he's realizing all this when it's
Afterwards.
happening. So it's
Mm.
after marriage, I feel like, and that's why that's why I thought, like, it's more like trauma bonding. It kind of feels like.
Good that he got separated at least.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's after the separation, so I don't really think he did anything wrong while he was married.
Yeah.
So here's a comment on one of the on that post is, I feel sorry for OP's wife. As soon as Anne was single, OP started arguments with his wife. And when the wife said that he cared too much about Anne, he shut her down, accusing her of hitting below the belt, only to run straight to Anne afterwards.
Hmm.
Huh? He might have been plotting this whole time. You never
Or,
know.
or just that, just because to not to have that guilt, he didn't post that much about what caused that divorce or what those
Imagine.
It is
arguments
true,
were,
probably. It
because
is
he never
true.
mentioned, like, other than like maybe one sentence of what the divorce, what their separation was about, their
Yeah, he
own
only say
separation.
that he cares more about that loser.
Hmm.
Yeah. What if he
And
encouraged
that
Jack to
loser was
cheat?
Anne.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that does
Because we
confirm
were
it.
like, is he talking about Jack or
Yeah.
and but okay,
Yeah,
it
I
is
don't know.
possible.
Yeah,
But it's weird.
it is weird. We need to know more. Is there more
No.
to this?
No, that's
People are
Ah,
complicated.
dang, they really are. We can't really
People
know
are complicated.
100%.
No, no. But at least he did not cheat it.
Yeah, good for him.
He at least got divorced.
Yeah, yeah,
But he could have been faithful and be like, okay, I don't have feelings for you anymore, and I don't love
that's
you the
true.
way I used to.
Yeah,
But what can we say? People are
trash.
weird. All right. Any more updates?
nope.
Nope. All right. Then let's move on. All right. So my story is from r/true of my chest, and it's from user u/present hyphen hope 4502. Story is 1 year old. My husband is cheating on me with my best friend. Honestly not sure where to start, so I guess I will just start. My husband and I have been dating since I was 19 and he was 22. We have been married for 6 years now. We have two kids, and I'm 6 months pregnant with our third. 2 years ago, I found out my dad has stage 3 colon cancer. My dad is my only parent as my mom passed away when I was 12. He's my favorite human, and life without him doesn't seem as colorful. His laugh is contagious, and he gives this big bear hugs that seems to make all of your broken pieces feel like they are perfectly in place again. Whenever I have had hard day, he doesn't poke or prod and just let me vent, listens. About 5 months ago, we discovered the treatment aren't working for him, and in indirect quote of the doctor, he said months, not years. Since then, he's gotten progressively worse and now is losing memory. He looked at the dog he got for me on my 21st birthday and said, "Wow, that's a nice dog. Where did you get it?" My husband has been my absolute rock. He has been there for me, holding my hand and helping me through this. He's been so loving and attentive to both my kids and I. Don't get me wrong, I'm a mother first always. I don't allow myself to wallow. My kids are still loved, cared for, played with, and I haven't let my load slack around the house. Once my dad got his update prognosis, my husband encouraged me to quit my job. About a month later, we discovered we were pregnant again, and I still hadn't let go of my job. I kept holding out for some reason. After finding out I was pregnant again, he assured me it was still okay to quit my job. That honestly, it would save us a small fortune on daycare cost anyways. So I did. I quit my job. My best friend and I have been friends since diapers. Her family is my family and vice versa. My mom and her mom grew up together. We have always been solid, and right after my dad's appointment, when we found out he had so little time left, I drove straight to her house and she held me while I cried for hours. If there are soulmates in friends form, she was mine. Thick as thieves is what my mom used to say. This morning, as I was up with my 3-year-old, he's sick. My husband's work alarm was going off. He has a few sets, so I turned that one off, and gently woke him up. He said he was up late working, so he took the morning off, rolled over, and went back to sleep. As I went to turn off the remainder of his alarms, I saw a text message from my friend on his lock screen that said, I am assuming since there hasn't been an angry pregnant lady on my doorstep, you haven't told her about us yet. Time froze in that moment. I took his phone and walked away and just read their conversation. 4 months this man has been fucking my best friend. 4 months these people have been lying to my face. And I know what you're going to say. You should have seen the warning signs, but I have been clutching this phone in my hand for 2 hours and nothing. He has been so loving and attentive to me, but he always has been so kind and gentle. There has been no late night work. uh, there has been no late night work nights except for once in the blue moon. There has been no lingering touches between them or even glances. They act as they have since the day I have first introduced them. How sick is that? She calls him her brother but screws him.
Yeah.
I know. I know so many people get a moment of clarity in situation like this, but I have none. Aside from being sad about my dad, I haven't changed. I'm still a loving wife and mother. I still doted on him and my children. I talk to him about how he is doing and how was his day every freaking day. I haven't allowed the ground to swallow me whole. I know what I have to do now, but I just don't want to. I'm about to lose my family and my support system in one blow. I will confront him tomorrow. Today, today I just need this last 24 hours of peace. As for her, I won't give her the satisfaction of a response. I don't care why she did it. She did it and it's done. I was always the friends I was always the friend who cleaned up her messes. After today, I will cut her out of my life like she never mattered at all. This has to be the hardest storm I will ever weather, but damn it, I will sail through it. If not for me, for my kids.
Yikes.
And then there is update.
That's a lot. I mean, in one time frame.
It is.
What is, and what is the best friend even thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. And if they've been, and it's sad because it looks like they have been like childhood friends,
Yeah,
as in like
that's what it's.
Diapers
their
since
mom diapers.
Yeah,
Yes, their moms were childhood friends, so it looks like they're more like sisters. But
yeah.
it is, it's just. But she did update, and it says a small update about everything going on since my kids are now in bed for the night. I spent the morning gathering everything I could and making a checklist. I sat in my office for the better part of the morning telling my husband that I was preparing things for my dad. Not a total lie. I did have to get him sorted with hospice today. My boss would be happy to have me back. However, my lawyer said pump the brakes on that idea for the time being. However, my old boss did tell me that whenever I'm ready, the door is open and to just give her a call. He does not have access to my inheritance from my father nor my mother. My lawyers assured me in that. I didn't mention her in the post, but my mother in law is an absolute angel. I love and adore her so much, and she's always been a shoulder to lean on. After he had gone to work for the afternoon, I asked my now ex best friend's mom and my mother in law to meet me at my dad's house. My kids were outside playing with now ex best friend's older brother. I just handed them the screenshot, saving them from the unsavory pictures and sex tape, though I did tell them it existed. To say they were furious was an understatement, and they are on my side completely. Angie, my now ex best friend's mom, is ready to cut contact with her daughter completely. She kept repeating how sorry she was. We hugged and cried together. My mother in law told me she couldn't believe she raised a spineless, terrible human. That No matter what happens, I will always have her. And as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have a son, only a daughter. After an in person meeting with my lawyer, we went over finances, logistics, and everything you could think of. She has all the proof and she's out for blood. With this post now on TikTok, I don't want him to find out by an app because one look at the story and he did know it was about him. With permission from my lawyer, my ex BFF, her mother and dad, my STBX, and his parents. What is STBX?
Soon to be
Soon
ex.
to be.
Oh, soon to be ex. And his parents will be having a get together tomorrow. By the time they are sitting down and showing them everything, and that I know, my dad, my kids, and my ex BFF's brother, now he's coming to help me juggle the kids and my dad. Being big and pregnant doesn't help with mobility. While be at my dad's cabin a few hours away, enjoying time and space. I know a lot of people were hoping for me to get revenge or do psychological warfare, but honestly, after my kids went to bed, I took a shower and just broke. I don't have the strength or energy to dish anything out. I just want out. Pretending like everything was okay today was too exhausting and I just don't want to do it. Once he finds out tomorrow, I will update with aftermath as I'm sure it will be huge. As for now, thank you all so much for your kindness, warmth, and support. Truly, your words have helped giving me the strength to keep my head above water. I appreciate every single last one of you for everything. Hmm. I
Wow.
need to look for the other update.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she took a good approach to it.
Yeah,
I
She
mean,
did.
it's
She
That must
got
have been hard.
instead
everything.
of doing a petty revenge,
Yeah, she's like,
Hmm.
I'm done.
I think the approach was good the way she ended it. I think.
Yeah, the way she
Yeah.
handled the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, knowing somebody probably just blow up on
Yeah.
around their
But what can she do?
face.
She's so pregnant right now,
Yeah.
I
too. Like,
know.
she's
Anything
helpless.
going on with and within the family and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So,
And
oh yeah, I
her
forgot.
mother-in-law and her best friend's mother, they were
they're on her
great.
side.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
They are
awesome.
they're on
they're
her side.
awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. But I did found the update.
So even though she's losing two of her
Husband.
support people,
Yeah.
she still has like other family members to lean on. So
Mm-hmm.
that's always a good thing.
Yeah. I really like the mother-in-law because a lot of time usually you will see moms are like supporting their son
Yeah.
because son can never do wrong. So I really like that. And then her friend's mom too. Like she was like, I don't have any daughter anymore.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and then even the brother is helping
Yeah.
too.
Pretty much everybody's zoning
Yeah.
the best friend
We
As
just
they
don't know
should.
about the fathers, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if
at
mothers
some
are
point.
there, mothers are there, fathers are gonna be following anyways.
Mhm.
But it's sad that your childhood friend would do that to you.
Yeah.
And she's pregnant and losing her dad. It's just so sad.
It's too much.
I know. So I did find the update. It says, hello everyone. I'm here with the much awaited update. For my typing's sake, I'm going to give everyone fake names. So for the contacts, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, Ruth and Joe, ex BFF parents, Angie and Bob, ex BFF, Jess, soon to be ex Tyler, ex BFF's brother, Jake. And I will just refer to my dad as dad. I have few things I want to get through, so I will just summarize as best as I can. And if you have any questions, I will answer in the comments. To to get this out of the way, because to me it feels important. Yesterday I scheduled a same day appointment with my OBGYN and got tested for just about every STD, STI out there. I got the results for most back and they were all negative. There's a few that take up to 2 weeks to get the results back for, so I will be waiting on those. When I met with my lawyer, I brought everything on my end, financially wise, including the wills from both my dad and my mom, and I managed to get my hands on his financial documents. He stored his in his office in a lockbox. I also brought over everything we had set up financially for our children. While I'm not totally sure if it's everything, I am pretty confident I got most of it. My lawyer was happy I managed to get my hands on that much. Ruth even handed over her will to me from both her and Bob to ensure I was taken care of in the divorce. My lawyer understands I'm wanting a divorce immediately. However, she wants to make sure she's thorough and isn't missing any key information. So hopefully I will have actual divorce papers to give him in about 30 days. Now for the sit down. I asked Angie and Ruth to describe everything in detail on what happened. Angie, the revenge seeker that she is, forced them to sit through the a slideshow she put together for all of the text. I know a lot of you were concerned about one of them telling them sooner than later, but they were so secretive they didn't even tell their significant others about what was happening. Once the slideshow ended, Tyler tried lunging for Jess, and Joe actually
Ooh.
had to force him to sit down. Tyler was shouting profanities at Jess and telling her she will regret this. Jess started crying and begging her parents for forgiveness. Bob looked his daughter in the eye and told her he will never forgive her for this. Blood or not, she's not his daughter. He didn't raise his daughter to be this person. Jess was always a daddy's girl, so I think that cut her pretty deep. Jess is in the middle of a divorce herself, and her parents were giving her money for her lawyer, and they told her she's cut off from them both financially and physically. Ooh,
She was cheating on, so to speak.
yes.
Or okay.
Or maybe she started cheating after the divorce. I mean,
During the divorce
after the
process.
divorce. Yeah, it's we don't know the whole thing.
Interesting.
Tyler's dad was irate. According to Ruth, he looked like he was holding back on throttling him. From there, Tyler went straight home. I know because we have a ring door camera along with a few cameras in the house for our kids to keep an eye on them when we aren't right next to them. Tyler came home and saw that most of my and the kids' stuff was gone and he lost it. Started yelling and throwing things. The house is now trashed with a few holes in the wall for decorations. When he didn't find us there, he went to my dad's. While I did spend most of the day, he was at work packing and moving things into my dad's house. We were already at his cabin. Tyler took a baseball bat at, to my dad's door, trying and failing to break it down. My dad's neighbor called cops on him and he was arrested. His parents refused to bail him out. That's just great.
Mm-hmm.
I had an appointment with my therapist today. I have had one for a year now since I was struggling with my dad, and it felt good to just cry it out and let everything out about how I was feeling. It was very helpful, and she gave me a few tools to work through my emotions with this one. I felt very grounded and empowered living my session today. I'm also planning on setting up my children with the therapist when we get back from the cabin to figure out the best way to deal with telling them. I know people said I shouldn't, but I will be telling them just in an age appropriate way. I don't want there to be secrets and lies between us. I have always been as open and honest as I can with them, again, in the most kids appropriate way. Just because they are small humans, they are still humans and still deserve the truth. I had a handful of comments telling me I should stay and every man cheats. I should work things out because most of our marriage was good. I refuse to believe all men cheat. My parents were married for 20 years, and after my mom passed, my dad never moved on. I watched my dad love my mom for 12 of those years and cherish her. I will not accept anything less than that kind of love. He never cheated, nor did she. While I'm not sure when I will be ready to move on, falling in love is the absolute last thing on my mind at the moment. I refuse to let Tyler win and destroy love for me completely. I will move on from this. Just started blowing up my phone demanding I fix this situation and immediately blaming me. My lawyer told me to not block text just in case they spill out and additional information I'm missing. She was playing the poor me card very hard. The thing is, though, I never influenced Angie and Bob to cut contact with their daughter. They made that choice on their own. She actually started blaming me for stealing the love of her life. I introduced them when Tyler and I started dating, so not sure where that came from. And that Tyler is only with me for the kids. Honestly, I knew she was just trying to hurt me at this point. I didn't give her the satisfaction of responding though. Between her and Tyler, I have about 200 missed calls. Tyler went from begging and pleading me to forgive him. Like I said, I didn't have divorce paper to hand him, so he's stuck in this unknown gray area. I also asked Angie and Ruth to not say anything about the divorce to him yet, purely just for my satisfaction, honestly. I know it's slightly petty, but keeping him in that gray area of not knowing is my small revenge to him. To, to threatening to call the cops on me for kidnapping, telling me Jess wasn't the only one. Bingo, that's just what I was looking for. To telling me I am a stuck up bitch. To threatening me to begging me for forgiveness. Honestly, it was whiplash reading those texts. I did be lying in saying if those texts didn't hurt me and terrify me all at once, but I refuse to let them break me. As for both of them together, I don't think he is going to stay with her. I think he blames her for blowing up our marriage, honestly. Who knows though? They deserve each other. I was initially okay to do a 50-50 split with Tyler for custody, but after his reaction, I don't feel comfortable with that. So I will likely be going for full custody. Jake has about 30 days of leave he saved up and he's going to be using them to help the kids. And I get settled at my dad's house and honestly to be there in case Tyler tries showing up, going crazy again. He's been such a big help to the kids and I lately and I'm forever in debt for this. Last night, after the kids went to bed, he hooked up his Xbox and we played a game called Diablo 4 together to help me take my mind off of things. It was fun. However, he did sort of confess that he's always had feelings for me somewhere in the midst of things, but also told me to not say or do anything bad. He understands a relationship or anything like that isn't on my mind and won't be for a while. He isn't wrong. But just that he felt that way since we were teenagers and just wanted to get it off his chest.
Interesting.
Thank you again. Seriously, your comments, your support, your message, all of it has been one giant breath of fresh air. Just knowing I have a whole online community willing to go to bat for me has kept me trading water these last couple days. Your comments have popped in my head when I felt like just giving up on leaving him because it's so hard and gave me so many great points and helpful advice. I know I deserve more and I can accept his actions and to know who commented relating to my situation, my heart goes out to all. This pain is awful and I hate that so many of you can relate, but your stories has resonated deep within me. You all keep commenting me for my strength and my personal favorite is telling me how proud of me you are. Every time I see those words, I start to tear up. I'm blaming the pregnancy hormones. But your words have helped put me at ease so that way I could do what I need to do. So I will leave this here for now. If anything of important happens when I go back home, I will update further. Thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And I didn't realize when I picked the story there is more update. Do you think she's gonna go back to
No, no.
Absolutely not.
Jake?
Tyler?
No, Jake.
Oh, Jake.
Do you think she's gonna do anything
No,
with Jake?
not right now. I don't think so.
Oh my
It's
god.
similar to what we said about earlier. Like it's gonna be a rebound, and then even in her mind, the way her mentality seems, it's like she's focused on one getting herself together first, and the kid stuff situated.
Mhm.
Until that happens, she's not gonna be taking any
Yeah.
steps on doing anything, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna take a while. I
Yeah.
mean, especially with kids and stuff involved in there, and her being pregnant right now. That
Yeah, that's
that she has
true.
another one more kid that's
Coming in like what,
coming.
3 months?
Yeah,
So she was 6 months pregnant. Wow.
yeah. So
Imagine that husband though. She was like, I can't like remember in the first story, original post, she was like, I've been
he's
holding the
always
phone. I can't think about like if I missed any of the signs. And he cheated on her. The girl, what was the girl's name? Jess was not the only
just
one,
yeah. Apparently not.
apparently.
Apparently not.
And anger issues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
big
went
time.
to the father's house with the bat,
Mhm.
and at home,
He
he
smashed his
probably.
own whole house, his
Exactly.
own house. He
Oh my
smashed.
God. Those kind of people I'm very scared of. Like,
Yeah, that
Smashed his
really
own. I mean,
scares me too.
imagine if she was even home. Supposedly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
what
what
would
I'm
have
Oh
saying.
my
Like,
god.
happened?
Oh
if
my
she had
god.
confronted him instead of the parents doing what they did, I don't know what he would have done.
I know. You're right. I think they're both narcissists too.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy
Oh
to
my
me.
God.
Poor,
That's what I'm
poor
saying.
girl.
Like,
Poor OP. Like,
thank God.
oh,
Thank
that's
God they did
scary.
not. She did not
I mean, she
confronted
seems
him
smart.
herself.
Yeah, she
She
is
seems
very
I know.
smart on
very smart.
how
But
she approached all
because
this.
she was like, he
Mhm.
was always loving and so
Right.
caring, and I
Scary.
can't. Oh my God. But let's get done with this. And I'm hoping this is the last update. And this update is 1 month later. Hey everyone, I'm still getting daily messages and comment on and for an update. So here is what could possibly be my final one. My God. My dad passed away about a week after my last update. I knew it was coming, but it still feels like a gut punch. Thank you for everyone who kept him in your thoughts, truly. Ah, that's sad. My marriage has officially ended. Once Tyler, I believe that's the fake name I assigned him. Please don't call me out if it's not. It's been a while. Discovered just how serious I was about leaving him. He became compliant and was willing to give me everything I asked for in the divorce. So my lawyer opted for a dissolution versus divorce. This process is a lot quicker and went smoothly. As for right now, I have full custody while he works out his anger management and whatnot with therapy. I'm not sure if I will ever trust him again with the kids, but I'm also in therapy as well. As well are my kids. I'm not making any decisions at all right now when it comes to that. He gets supervised visit at a facility where there is an army of a staff and security and someone is there at all times. That's once a week, and he does get video calls twice a week. The kids are adjusting pretty well. There are days when I think it affects them more, but they have suffered some big losses, so it's to be expected. I did decide to give the baby my dad's first name though. It just felt right. The baby is doing so very well and is thriving despite the amount of stress I have had gone on. I'm managing as best as I can with everything going on. I miss my dad like crazy and I'm still trying to figure it out how to exist in a world where he doesn't. The grief still is so very heavy. I'm still mourning my marriage as well. I don't regret leaving him, but it still hurts me deeply. However, I'm picking up the pieces and making my life whole without him. My mother in law, well, ex mother in law now, I guess. I don't know, still feels weird. And Angie helped me out so much. They have really allowed me to lean on them in this moment. Whether it is taking the kids for a little while or cooking dinner for us when I don't have the energy, I'm truly so lucky to have them. And finally, to what you all have been waiting to hear about Jake. Hmm?
What?
Jake is now back in California. He tried extending his leave, but the military said no. Oh, he's a military man. It was truly wonderful having him there and helping me. In the first few days after my dad's passing, he picked up so much slack for me that I will truly never be able to repay him for that. He is so patient and kind. That being said, nothing has happened between us. Mm. Though he did hold me while I broke down after the kids went to bed quite a few times, that's the extent of it. No kissing or anything like that. He does call me and text me multiple times a day. Right now, I don't have any room in my life for romance. Okay. I have so much grief, and the weight of being a single mom has been heavy. He hasn't pushed me on it either. He let me know that he meant every word he said and that he's willing to just be my friend until I decided I want more. If I ever decided I want more with him. I wish I could be the girl that jumps in with both feet, but the from my ex is still fresh and I'm worried I would burn anything out before it started. I asked for friends and time to process everything else in my life before I even consider processing a new relationship. He happily agreed. Oh, and Tyler and Jess are not a couple. Most of you were right. He left her high and dry. Though I don't wish misery on anyone, I did be lying if I didn't say I get the smallest amount of satisfaction that her life went up in smoke. She's been blacklisted from her family. And I know a lot of you said it's weird that her parents did that, but if you guys knew how deep my bond went with that family, it wouldn't seem that weird at all. Angie is like my surrogate mom. She gave me the safe sex talk, the period talk, she listened to me cry about the boys who broke my heart. She held my hand while I delivered my kids. When she talk when she talks about me, she calls me her daughter. She knew my mom for practically her whole life. She held my mom's hand when she delivered me. If anything had happened to both of my parents, she's who I wouldn't have gone to live with. My parents had that in their will. So, with all that being said, please just be kind to me in the comment. I put this off for a few days because of how hostile some people were, and the prospect of being called a liar doesn't sound too appealing at the moment. Again, I thank you for the moment of light love I have received from you. I promise I read every comment and message. I just haven't had the capacity to respond. You have really helped brighten my day with all of your words of encouragement. I appreciate you all. I'm so lucky to have an army of internet friends. You guys are the best. This is for now. I will probably won't post anything for a while. I'm still trying to find my footing and I'm trying to get settled in a new routine before I bring a brand new baby in the world. I may come back to this, but I may not. Though I do promise I will be update will update if anything happens with Jake and I law. I know so many of you have been invested. P.S. Please excuse my typos. Pregnancy insomnia is kicking my ass right now. She got her the how well she was
Yeah.
prepared
Yeah.
to leave her husband. So I'm really glad how oh my god, that was too much reading.
I'm proud of her. Yeah, and I'm proud of you for reading that.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
I know, but I'm proud of her.
Me too.
How she handled the whole
That was
situation.
amazing.
Because not that many people can leave.
Uh,
Mm-mm.
Especially
I mean, the way she
two kids
handled
and
it
one
like that.
and
I,
pregnant.
right. I love how people were like, "Oh, get over it. Everyone cheats. No big
Mhm.
deal."
No, no.
Like he had issues, though it's
Mhm.
Oh my
better
God.
because
Yes. Clearly he needed anger
Oh
management.
yeah, big
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Oh my God. But hats off to OP for
yes,
handling this best way, because I know people who don't even have kids, it's hard for them to leave the partner
yeah.
who cheats on them. So
I can't imagine
I
having
know
kids. And,
that's how it should be done.
yeah, agree.
Agree. Anyways, so this was it, guys. No more stories. We will be back next week. And if you like this episode, please comment below, or you can tell us what's your take on this, any of the story. What do you guys think about the story? Which was your favorite story? And if you want your story to be read on podcast, please email it to us. We will have our email address captioned. And please, please, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back next week. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.